Hey everyone, welcome back to Where's Will's Manufactured Home Tours, and thank you for clicking on this video. This week, we're gonna call it Duplex Week. So today, we're gonna take a tour of a cool little duplex I saw out in New Mexico, and then on Friday, we're gonna do the other half. So let's get on out there so I can tell you all about it and check out this great duplex manufactured home. That's right, everybody. It is Duplex Week here on the channel, and today we are going to take a look at this one right here. Today we're going to take a look at the 2-bed, 1-bath side of this home, and make sure you come back on Friday to see the 3-bed, 2-bath side of this home. This is known as the Sugar Run Duplex, built by Cavco, and this side that we're going to look at is a 2-bed, 1-bath, sitting at 1,050 square feet. The porches that you are looking at are exactly the same on both sides, and those are 6 feet by 15 feet. And the dimensions of this home is 76 feet by 15 feet per side. Now, I'm going to guesstimate that this home can go for anywhere around $110,000 per side. Let's get in there and let's continue our home tour.
Where's Will?
Now, this is going to be pretty cool because, walking into this side of the home, I know I'm walking into a 2-bed, 1-bath size home, but I'm really interested to see how they fit this side in comparison to the other side where that's a 3-bed, 2-bath. And walking into this home, I'm loving the valances on the windows. We've got 8.5-foot sidewalls, great crown molding here, can lighting throughout, a nice ceiling fan, and some shelving here in the living room, which the size of this living room is 13 feet 5 inches by 14 feet. And hey, do me a favor, hit that like button. Helps the channel out, helps me out. And if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button and follow along on this journey we've got going across the U.S. Now, scrolling through and taking a look at the kitchen, it's a nice sized kitchen and a nice sized dining room here. Now, that's the one thing I think you're probably going to see is where they change everything. The size of this dining room is 7 feet 5 inches by 11 feet 10 inches, and that's a great size right there. Walking into the kitchen, I see the possibility of some dust bunnies up top, but that's okay because, small home, small cupboards, but it looks like to be a good amount. Now, coming over here, the island, we've got a standard dual sink right here with a standard faucet. I do like the laminate choice on the island and the counters. You've got a drawer bank of 4 right there. A decent amount of cupboards, I'd have to say. And this one is set up for the electrical cooktop, but you can always change that to the gas if need be. And now let's see what kind of size we have. Now, I do like the backsplash. I like the mini mosaic backsplash they chose. That's really nice. Now, there's not soft close drawers or doors, and it doesn't seem that the shelves are adjustable. Just wanted to throw that out there for you and let you know. But so far, it's looking pretty nice. Now, again, 2-bed, 1-bath. I'm guesstimating it at $110,000 because how do you price this home? I personally don't know. Now, it's a question of because technically this is a 5-bed, 3-bath home. So how do you price that? I'm going to guesstimate this side being 110, maybe the other side being a little more, but click on the link in the description below to find out more information and maybe even to see how much this home could be and see it in person. Now, taking a look, we do have a pantry here, which is a nice addition. You have a nice little coffee bar over here, the same look and design of the rest of the kitchen, looking pretty good. And now that wall that we're looking at too, that is a firewall separating both homes. So, you kind of have to wonder, if a fire happens on one side, will the other side be safe? Yes. From what I have understood from the builders, absolutely, because this is a complete rated firewall and all of that stuff that I don't understand. But if you want, again, more information, click that link in the description below. Now, let's take a look at the first guest room here. Now, the first guest room is 11 feet 2 inches by 10 feet 6 inches. And to me, that's a good size. For a single wide, absolutely, it's a good size. One thing I do want to let you know, though, the air and heat are coming from the floor. The registers are down there. Looking into the closet here, a nice spacious closet, wood shelves, wood coat rod, liking that. Again, the molding around the house, it's a nice little touch. Let me know what you think about this home. What do you think so far? Let me know. I mean, what would you do with a duplex? Would you buy it, rent it? Would you get it for you and a family member? I mean, these things are interesting and so versatile. What would you do with it? Let me know in the comments below. And taking a look at this one bath that we have in the home, it's looking pretty nice. You have a single vanity, a drawer bank of 4, and an elongated toilet. You have your standard, I do believe that is a 42-inch shower. This drawer's stuck. Maybe. There we go. Since it's so new, I think I'm probably the first person to open that, and that popped off. So, that's something that's going to have to be looked at now, isn't it? But the cool thing is, if that does happen, they will come out and fix that right away. So just, letting you know that. But like I said, a 42-inch shower here, a standard shower head, a nice transom window up top, letting that natural light in. That is always good in the morning. I hate the fake fluorescent or LED lighting that I usually get in my bathroom. Would really like to have some light in. But hey, look at the texture on the walls. I love that. I mean, nice tape and texture throughout this entire home, looking great. I am digging it. Now, going into what would be considered the primary, this room is 11 feet 8 inches by 10 feet 6 inches. It's bigger, nice 2 big windows letting that natural light in. You have your ceiling fan up top, and the closet here. The closet's actually rather spacious, nice, big, plenty of room for if you need to store anything on the bottom. Shoe rack, things like that. And it, like I said, it has a wooden coat rod and a wooden shelf, which is pretty darn nice. Safety alarms in every room. I don't know if you noticed that. I, of course, did. Over here, you have your electrical panel right here to the left, so that's easily accessible. And then right there, we're going to walk right into your utility room, which you have plenty of space for your side-by-side right here. And you have a coat rod and a shelf up top, which is nice. Whole water shut off right here, so that is nice. And now walking out to the back here, as we come to the end of this tour, I wanted to show you the back. Now, you saw the front, you have your 2 porches right there side by side. Well, you have your 2 back doors side by side right here as well. The exterior is looking great. We've got nice and strong hardy board, vertical siding, all the way around. I like the color choice on this home. And my question to you is, can you have a neighbor that close? Or would you prefer it to be family? Let me know. But let's hop back over to the office in a moment, and let's talk a little more about it. And on Friday, we're going to pick up right here where we leave off. Hey everybody, welcome back from the home tour. I hope you enjoyed that one half of the duplex. Come back on Friday and we will see the other half of this duplex built by Cavco. The Sugar Run was actually pretty cool. This side was really nice. I would actually give it about a 3 because I wanted a little more out of it, you know what I mean? But for being the smaller half, I'm actually pretty amazed on how much space it had. The dining room was a great bit of space. I like the island. I mean, the little pantry there, the shelving unit in the living room, a lot of great touches in this little home. And, the popularity of duplexes are crazy, you know what I mean? One of the fastest growing trends in manufactured housing right now is duplex homes. These homes started gaining traction as more people began looking for affordable ways to maximize investments, living space. It's essentially, like I said, it's two complete homes right next door to each other. My question is, can you live that close to somebody or even family? Let me know in the comments below. They've really been, popular with families who do want to, live close. It's a great option if, let's say you have a family member that receives kind of, at-home care, or you need to be, close to just any family member, anyone that needs, that needs you. It's a great option. You know what I mean? Come to think about it, it's a great option. If later on in my daughter, she becomes an adult, goes to college. Yeah, I want her close. For sure, I would have one of these, and you know what I mean? They could live really close. That would be kind of cool. But, and it still gives them their privacy, which is great. And investors, of course, looking for this, getting 2 rents out of 1 lot.
that's crazy. You know what I mean? It's crazy smart, really. And they're still, I mean, they're so affordable. Compared to duplex constructions. I've looked at duplex and fourplexes, back in the day, looking to maybe buy one. Hey, there's an investment opportunity, but they're expensive. They're expensive. This is a great, opportunity with them, and they are factory built, so you always get that consistency, the quality, and the lower price points. You know what I mean, which is a great thing. And then communities. You're finding a lot of these in communities. The first time I saw one, you saw my video actually a couple of weeks ago, as a matter of fact, in New Mexico. That was the first one that I ever saw, and I walked in expecting more of the house, and I was greeted with the wall, and I was like, what's this? And ever since then, I think that was about 2 years ago that I did that home tour, and it has just been growing exponentially. I'm seeing different versions at home shows and everything. So these are becoming quite popular, and a smart investment and a smart move. And like I said, communities, zoning areas are opening up to multifamily manufactured homes. There's actually I can't think of the name of it right now, but there actually is I think it was in the 70s or something. I'll look it up and I'll tell you on Friday. But there was an apartment complex built way back in the day, and it was all manufactured housing, which was great. So and I've seen 2 stories, 4 stories, everything. So it's great. Either you're thinking this could be multi-generational living, downsizing, just a lot of stuff. So I mean, these things are great. They're awesome, and they're quite intriguing. I want to see more of them, so I'm going to try to get out on the road and see some. But with that, thank you everyone for joining me today here on Will's Manufactured Home Tours. I always appreciate the support, you following along for years here, and we're just having fun. So make sure you come on back on Friday, see the other half of this home. We'll talk a little bit more about duplexes, and have the great rest of your day. Remember to live smarter, choose manufactured, have a wonderful day, like I just said, and travel easy. See you on Friday.